Okay, I am checking back in with you. I am going to be putting a little bit of a cobblestone accent on the ends of the roof here. I have all of these made and everything done here for the most part. I think it looks pretty nice. I did forget something. I don't need that at the moment. Now, how can I reach? Ooh, just barely maybe. Oh, come on. Let me place. No. Okay, cool. And that is that. So from the inside, I think it looks pretty nice, actually. I like the way it looks. I like these heavy beams here. I don't know if I'm going to want to put any across, because I like to keep the window open. Then up here we have a window here and a little loft type area. And in here we'll probably put, I guess we can just go like this, just to finish off the separation of the areas here. And I don't know if we're going to do anything with a door here. We may add doors, we may not. I'll have to see how things go. It's getting dark again. Not a surprise, really. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting close to the end of the roof, at least. So, back out here. We've got that side pretty much done. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put in the underside of these, and that was not what I had wanted to do. Something like that. So once we get back up here, maybe, first off, that goes there. We are going to have to move our scaffolding a bit. Hop back up here, put this back on. Head back down this side and get the rest of this up. So I like generally doing something like this. One, because I do want an overhang here, and I may end up doing something along the edge here because I had kind of planned on it. Now that was before I had added these. So if I don't end up doing some sort of cobblestone accent on this side and the other side here, I may end up just bringing the spruce roof down one more. The spruce wood stairs, I mean. And we'll do something like that and that. Down we go. So that's not too bad, I don't think. See if we can't finish this off. Wrong. Taking damage. I am completely out of food. So that's not too bad. I could go through with carpenter stairs and have done the spruce wood texture, but that would be a lot of work, and well, I can always go back and redo it if I decide I don't like this. That is this side of the roof done, at least. So if we hop back up here, we can run on across to the other side. And we're going to do basically the same process here. This one's going to be a bit harder to get the underside done. We're going to have to kind of branch out with some scaffolding off of that, I think. Come on, please, place. Okay. Nope. So far, I'm liking it. I think it's turned out well. As always, like I said, love to hear what you guys think. things I could change, add, make it look better. Let's get back inside here. And we're going to put just a temporary something here so that I can apparently not do that. And I place you there. Okay. Scaffolding. Boy. A little bit precarious here. Would prefer to not fall off, obviously. And that. And here. And back down this side. We will come on over. Now the scaffolding can only go out 2 from the main scaffold area. It's, I guess, a balancing mechanism. Makes sense. Be a little overpowered if you could just use this infinitely. And here, and here. Depending on what we do with the sides will determine how far down we go with this. But that should do it for the roof. The main roof, at least. Figure out what I'm going to do with the decorations on the side here soon. If we were to just hop over here. Not terrible. Not terrible. Definitely need something else here. So let's take a look at what we could do. I can get back up here. What we could do is we could do something like this. Is a pattern I've done before. We'll leave that empty for now. We'll go up and up. And then here, we'll want to see if we can. Is that placed in the proper position? I think so. I think we got that right. Cool. No, that doesn't look quite right either. That might look better. But then we will go back down on this side. Roughly like that. Going to need some more scaffolding to get to this side of the little thing we're doing. So up we go. And once we get another piece or two of this on here, we can run back and see what it looks like. Whoops. Oops. So that doesn't work. You can't really break it with your fists if you have the scaffolding in your hand because it just keeps placing more. So, something to keep in mind. Whoa, hello. Ouch. Okay, wow. Definitely gonna need some food. So we could do something like this. Which isn't terrible. You know what? Normally I wouldn't do this, but we're gonna hop into creative mode just so we can get a flying look here. I'm not gonna place anything or do anything else. This is just to get a bird's eye view. I could use my jetpack, so that is another option for getting this view, but if we're just looking, I don't think it hurts all that much. No, I'm kind of liking this. I think this will look okay once we get it done. So like from down over here. Yeah, that should work. Think so, I think so. So once again, I'm going to cut, and just so everyone sees it, I am out of creative and back in recipe mode. I'm going to finish off this little decoration on both sides. And I'm going to tie it into the other piece here as well. That's going to be... Here is zombie. Did you spawn in my house while I was away? Probably did. So if we can get up here, this will come down and tie in, so this will be a continuous little cobblestone decoration around the entire roof. And I think that'll work for us. Take that off. I will get this side done now before I cut. Zombie, please, go away. I am building. I don't have time to deal with you. That doesn't look quite right either. Here. So this is where things get a little interesting as we try to tie these in without looking too terrible. No, not what I meant to do. Not what I meant to do. That is kind of what I meant to do. Will you place... Oh, you will. Okay, so that's not bad, is it? Oh, I think that'll work. Yeah, so this will go all the way around and on the other side as well. So it'll take a decent amount of cobblestone. But obviously cobblestone is free since we have our cobblestone generator. The bigger hassle is going to be the amount of time and scaffolding moving around it's going to take to get it done. But one of the things you have to just deal with. So I will be back in a second. Okay, so I am using my jetpack this time. You're welcome. I won't go back into cheat mode. But the decoration of the roof is done. At least for the most part. Yeah, I like the way it turned out. We got the front here. Obviously the scaffolding is still up, and that'll have to come down eventually. Got this side. And we've got the... what is technically the back. And, yeah. I'm digging it. I like it. I like the way it came out. So, that's pretty much all the exterior done. There are a few other little things here that need to be done. We'll have to grab a little more cobblestone for it. And that is... I think I'm going to want to. Can't say for sure. Won't know till we get up there and test it. I may want to replace this with cobblestone, just to tie it in across the top as well. So we will quickly do this, and then we will go fly back and see what it looks like. And yeah, I like that. I think that is good. Could, in theory, do something along these lines if we wanted to. Bring it down just a little bit more. Do the same over here. Actually, if we wanted to, do something like that. looks a little too bulky for my taste, though. So I may actually go back to something like this. I think that's how I had it. No, this I didn't have in the original design. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work nicely for us. Now, another thing to consider, I am going to pull off my jetpack for the moment, is if I want to do any outside supports. This is another thing I tend to like to do, this sort of design, is do something. Should probably have kept my jetpack on. Yeah, probably a good idea. Something along these lines. Actually, that doesn't belong. That would be this. This doesn't actually belong. I know it's getting dark. If I can get these in, I will fly up here, pull out a sleeping bag, take a snooze. So this just adds a little more depth to the exterior and makes it look a little more well supported. Having some of these pillars like this. We will do it for this side and see what it looks like and make our decision then. On if it's something we want to do around the entirety, I could place these properly. You could also use a different block, which may look better. So let's just quickly grab our misc bag and clean up some of this stuff. We got tons of junk in here that we don't need offhand. I just grab these. I will repurpose them into something like these. Let's see, cobblestone with panel. Does this look any better? Looks more like a pillar. And I could use carpenter's stairs here. See what that looks like. Do I have what I need to make carpenter's stairs? I think it's just 6 of these. I do. So if I were to come out here and replace these with stairs, what are we going to look like? It's not how I wanted you to go, or you. Come on now. Cooperate a bit, please. Okay. So that... Okay. That was a little bit weird. Maybe something like that is better. No. Not a fan of that. So I'm going to grab my carpenter's hammer and not do what I just did, but pull these off, and that looks better to me. Yeah, I like that. And then what I would do also down the road, another trick I like to use, is to place a carpenter's block here, take out our carpenter's hammer, smack it with the right click to get it to be a slab, and then place a wood texture there to give, again, some more depth. Now, ideally, you would be able to do this with the micro blocks, but it always places if you cut this in half with a saw to get the slab microblocks, it'll place with the texture facing the wrong way. I haven't found a way to get around that. If you know, I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, just ta-da and ta-da. And that is that. Okay. Sweet. So I am going to do that for the rest of this. I'm not going to do that on camera. It's not extremely interesting or anything. About the only thing we really have left at the moment, at least for the exterior. After I do that, which I will get to eventually, you could do some glass. That would be important. Should probably head on over to our base and grab up some of that. So back over here to the storehouse, we'll have to do some landscaping eventually too. Oh yeah, I like that. I think I do. We'll have to do some landscaping to make a path up there. I'm not sure where it'll go or how it'll go, but we'll get to that eventually. But for now, we float on back over here and grab some glass. I do have crafting tables over there, so I can craft those into panes when we get back. This is where the jetpack does come in handy. Straight up and then glide. Yeah, cool. Definitely happy with how it's come out so far. The interior will be interesting to start decorating up eventually. That is going to take a lot of clay and dye, because that's going to use a lot of deco craft stuff. Make about a stack of panes, then grab our chisel. I'm thinking these, with maybe some of these mixed in. Something like that. Doesn't look too bad. Now this big window is going to be an interesting test to see how this looks. Now what does this look like with these mixed in? Not too bad. I did something like that. Is not exactly symmetrical. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Then more like this. We have some windows. Pretty neat. Whoa. Why are you behaving like that? Is that because you're a stair? Are you going to be weird because there's stairs on the side? I'm going to be slightly annoyed if you're weird because there's stairs on the side. You are weird because there are stairs on the side. Okay. How do I want to approach that? That'll be an interesting one. So there are stairs here. This block here is the same as this block. This is just the back side of it. And apparently these panes do not like to connect. So what we're going to try to do first off is... Man, our inventory is just killing us here. Killing us, I say. Okay. That should be good. Buy us a little more inventory space. If I were to get 6 of these in full block form, They obviously don't do anything weird, but how do they look? Not too bad. They don't give... Where is my glider? Whoop! That is dangerous. They don't give the same amount of depth as the panes do, but up here in these top windows, it's not as important, I don't think. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to need, what is that, 18 more of these. Place in like so. And finally, over here. That looks pretty good. We could always do something else here to give a little more depth as well. Maybe. Might replace that with something else down the road. It won't work as well over here, but up here it's fine. And if we were to do something like that, I'm not sure how much I like this. It is kind of interesting, but it does kind of look a little odd. What does it look like with all that? That is actually kind of nice. I may do this window and this window with this ornate texture instead of chiseled glass. Oh, you can, kind of. Just have to be careful not to hold down the button, otherwise you break it. So just quick click. So that doesn't look too bad. And I think since these are sort of the large decorative windows here, they can use this texture, and the rest of them will be the other. There's also these ones, which aren't bad, but I don't think they'll go too well with the rest of the build. Oh! Seriously? Ah! Why? My house! I hadn't even gotten moved in yet! Oy, okay. Well, I am going to... Minecraft, sometimes you make me sad. I am going to see if I can remember how to rebuild this. And first off, sleep. I'm going to rebuild that, redo, or fix all the windows, get all those with glass in them. Think about what I want to do here. I'll probably do what I was saying. Actually, I might leave it. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I'll probably just leave it, at least for now. Maybe I will... No, because then that'll look weird from below. I'll leave it. And then we'll have to figure out what to do for a floor down here and this transition. So I will work on that, and I will spam some torches around here to make sure that does not happen again, and I will see you all in a bit. Welcome back. I just fell off a tree. But more importantly, I think I am done with the main building portion. So I cleaned up the outside a bit, did some chiseling of some of the cobblestone, added in the support pillars. This is rather large here, but I'm thinking that on the inside, where this would be, well, I had thought about putting a fireplace, but the staircase is in the way, so I may remove that and just go without a fireplace. The staircase kind of has to be here because of just the way the building is. This is actually these two blocks out from the wall beneath, so it can't be any closer than that to this wall. And if it's back anymore, it'll come into this room. And it actually cuts off this door a bit, so I blocked it off with just more paper wall. So you come through here, and then you can come in here, which I think works. Thinking maybe like a living area here, an office type area here, and then the bedroom here. And this needs to be cleaned up, of course. And so does that. Ouch. But I think this is pretty much the design. And I'm happy with how it turned out. Come in, you've got this little transition here. This is kind of an entryway. Little foyer type area, I guess. Thinking back here is going to be a kitchen area. We've got the staircase, which may be widened, I don't know. Could make it too wide, maybe. In theory, I can make it 3 wide and it would line up here, but that would take up a lot of the floor space down here. So that may not be the wisest idea. The bathroom. I'm going to drop some torches down here, just to make sure we don't have another surprise visit from Mr. Creeper. That last one was annoying. I got it all patched up, but it's still never fun to hear that hissing, especially inside a brand new building. Obviously, these torches are temporary, not the final placement. But that is it. I'm happy. I'm happy with how it came out. I'm thinking maybe a ladder here to get up to the loft. Or I could, yeah, probably there. Ooh, I did miss a piece. That needs to be that. But that is going to be it for this episode. It was either really long or I managed to cut it down to a reasonable size. It's actually taken 3 hours. You know, this is 3 hours worth of building, so I don't think I'll be publishing a 3-hour episode, but just to let you know that, you know, it does take time if you want to do something nice, especially if you don't have a solid plan already. What I am going to do is leave these here just long enough to get up here and make sure nothing's going to spawn. So in between this and the next episode, I will be doing decoration, and I'll come back to tour the house once it's decorated. That's really not too much interesting, really, aside from me running back and forth to the deco bench. I'll probably just bring it up here, to be honest. And I'm going to have to do a lot of collecting of various dyes. The red, blue, and green dye to fill up the deco bench, and probably have to collect some more clay as well. But that is all going to happen in between episodes. In our next episode, I think we're actually going to... I think it's going to be episode 15, so we're actually going to do some main progression stuff. One thing I'd like to do, or at least get started with, is bees. Now, I know not everyone likes bees, and if you're watching this, you may not end up watching the bee episode. That's cool. But I think the first episode where I get started with bees is going to be a main episode. So that'll be like episode 15 or something. And then from that point on, every bee-centric episode will be a side episode. So I won't be mixing in main progression with the bees or anything like that. In the same way I'm doing the Twilight Forest and the building episodes. So I want to thank you all for stopping by to hang out with me. Always great to have you around. I hope you enjoyed the build and maybe got some inspiration. This may still need to be touched up a bit. I'm not sure. I guess it's not too bad, especially from below. I think bringing this spruce all the way out would look a little weird, so I'll probably just leave it as it is. But once again, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you hanging around and keeping me company. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, suggestions, what do you think of it? Do you think it turned out well? Do you think it could be better? Yes, I am doing it. I don't care. So let me know what you think. And I will see you all in the next episode. Thanks again for stopping by, and have a great day.